little space up here, too.
Yeah. It's okay if I just set this down.
Yeah, that's why I started moving over there.
Sit down there. Any other chances?
Yeah.
So you can go crazy enough and then
You're gonna knock everyone off.
Nope.
Here. Here.
This thing, yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Back with this nice.
All of my hallmates would come by and they would hear me talking to myself and they were really freaked out.
He just froze. Is that my fault or his fault?
And you don't care about what some. Are you supposed to know the initiative order?
Doesn't really. You would figure it out by the first round. Laptop to my phone. I haven't been able to see if I can get to them on my desktop. I don't know where they are, but I'm hoping that within the next session or two I'll have time to look into that, because I don't have some of my other deity names that I came up with. I don't remember them.
River Drift? Is that right?
Eventually, yes.
We eventually made our way to River Drift with Oberyn and made contact with the Order of the Eye, and we are going to meet them at the temple where we are currently.
Remember what you exactly
Are you
wanted to do
thinking
with
about in my campaign where the table was used as a bear?
No, preparations you'd like to make, so that's where we're kind of gonna kick it back off here. If there's any other investigations or preparations you'd like to make before Farain and her troop arrives.
Just wanted to be kind of like a lookout, kind of scouting out the surrounding landscape, just keeping an eye out for them and any other approachers.
And beseeching for any information that he could glean out of these tapestries. Okay. So the next day comes around and there are no encounters. You don't find any dangerous beasts roaming around, but the morning comes and nothing shows. The afternoon encroaches and you sit down to have meal and whatnot, but she hasn't arrived yet, and it's not until the early evening that because you have been keeping watch outside, and you have them glasses that you notice pretty easily in the distance, that you see a troop of people starting to come closer to the temple. They're not all that far away because it's still a foresty area, but you do pick them out from a considerable distance, considering. But you're not really sure, but it's like there's like a group of 4 to 6 people like carrying something along.
That's probably the leader's petrified form. Maybe, who knows?
That's the thing. It could be.
Right. Approachers. Pretty close now. Here in the forest.
Out the door.
Escorts.
Oh, I forgot they were with us. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, they are actually still.
They existed.
Yeah, Aladrin?
Tell them.
One is Aladrin, yeah. Tom asks Oberyn.
Yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so everybody except for Elune? Everybody except for Elune are? They shout out to halt as they halt as well when they notice you, and they ask, it's Oust finds this interesting, but they use similar types of patterns as would Thieves' Cant, where it's a bunch of nonsense words that seem like a code. It's not Thieves' Cant, but it's of similar design.
Okay.
It's probably their own kind of code for acknowledging a similar sided group.
Okay. I look at the escorts and I'll say, "Are these your friends? All right. What's protocol here? They don't seem to want us to come any closer."
Halts before the group begins approaching again, more assured that this is a friendly group.
So are they like phrases that English phrases being said?
Yeah, they're common phrases, similar to Thieves' Cant. They're not anything that makes sense in Thieves' Cant.
They've developed their own Morse code of Thieves' Cant.
It's similar to like if you were like 10 years old and you made this
Yeah.
code with your brother, sort of thing.
Yurik tried pretty hard to remember the thing about mother's shoes with Thieves' Cant. Are there any phrases that he might pick out from this cult code? In order to,
They seem to be centered around apple pie.
apple pie. All right. Apple pie.
Apples exist.
I know that one. And I suppose then, do they approach us then once they realize that it's a little bit more?
Need to name these fruits.
Yeah. So after they resume, you can refit.
Okay.
Also sugar, butter, and flour.
Oh, those things also exist.
Yes.
So write down
we
every-
You would have been very.
That's true.
They're saying all these wrong things about apple pie, and it is driving you crazy.
Lead you forward, and you meet in the middle here. No big deal. As they get closer, you see that gurney that has the petrified body of Farain in it. Same pose. Where you plan to do?
Yes, we've got some space.
I have some divine influence.
To the tapestries, who knows how long it's going to take to cure this woman of her ailment.
Okay.
So if there's anything this water I can do to assist them.
Will do. But as I said, this is no simple remove curse as you would know the spell exists. I'm going to have to spend some time with this. And so whatever.
I'm happy to volunteer for any watch. I'm not able to see well in the dark. With us right now? Is Alendrin an elf?
Aldrin's an
Oh,
elf. And he's with us. I'll take first
Do
watch.
those require attunement?
You didn't. I can look it up in the main. Yeah, it does require attunement.
Oh, that's right.
I'll stay. By over
I was
on the
pretty
side
sure they did.
for the first. How are we splitting these watches up? Probably like 4 hours.
And I will. I'll just be up there to
Got it. Okay, so first
make sure things seem fair.
Rin and Oust, and then you were saying that you would be after.
Yeah, and I would go up outside where it's dark and I'm slightly more equipped.
Right. Okay, so being that. Okay. Yeah. So
And I ask a loon to take my second watch after I'm done watching the Morton.
okay, I understand now.
Yeah, so first watch first.
Hour meditation, so they could technically do like 2 levels of watches, but
For 4 hours and then
An outside watch. One of the elves. Much watch on Oberon inside right now.
That's why
Oh.
they were trying to
I'm
put
not sure I
someone with
trust
dark vision
our
on the outside.
friends here, especially if
Yeah,
something
that makes
goes
sense.
wrong with Oberon's ritual. That's why I'm watching Oberon.
Okay.
So, like, could we also just close the front door and sleep next to it as one of our watches?
Watch it at night and actually see things. We just kind of
Take the
roll with it.
disadvantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Well,
just shut the door.
Other
Everybody's like,
times you of
Okay.
2 hours.
8-hour period. No.
Yeah. Here.
Just
Well,
an
they
hour once
figure
off.
that they're also pretty pacifistic. They are, and
Does that
keeping it
prevent them
pretty-
for keeping watch.
they are keeping watch over their lady.
All
Right, so oust can do outside.
there's like 10 of them there.
No, we got 2 Aladrins and we got a me and we got an oust for outside.
It sounds like
Okay.
they're guarding. Leave over in alone. That seems.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm. Especially if something goes wrong
Well, you
down there,
guys-
it's just Oberon and a bunch of people
What I'm
pissed at him.
well,
so-
what I'm assuming is that you have the people on the inside are always watching Oberon's back.
If we're sleeping,
That's why I'm trying to keep 2 separate. I don't trust.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I was understanding is that the people that are what are the
looking for the Order of the Eye to try and backstab us.
exactly?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you have 3 watches on the outside.
Whole thing is just-
And you don't see it, but then all of a sudden from and begins to reach out towards Oberon, and this is initiative. Close. Okay. So he, this entity, because he rolls higher than you, it makes moves. I should finish this out here. Actually, I need to put the entity down. Oh, he comes through the wall from this direction.
Okay, bonus action, shout loudly.
I will have you guys all roll
Time?
next time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oberon then says, "What is this? Get this off of me! I have to continue."
Oh.
And he is going to 7, so it does not seem to do as much damage as you expect. Yeah. Okay. So that is his turn. It
All
is
the way
now
back
your
around to me.
turn.
All right, this time I cast Thaumaturgy and bring a new meaning to the word shout loudly and scream, "Get on your feet, you sons of bitches!"
At this point, everybody in this room is just like covering their ears, but Oberon is just like wincing through this as you shout in his ear.
I can cast it again. I can have up to 3 of it at once
Yes.
overlapping.
So that
Yeah, no. So bless. Whenever a target makes an attack roll, he gets a D4 to that.
okay.
Not that that's probably going to do much
Right.
at that point. But
D4 minus.
Yeah, D4 minus to attack rolls, or is it
When
D4
a target-
to hit?
add the number rolled to the
So that's if
This is
Oberon
if
was
it's
saving.
attack
I'm
roll.
sorry. No, that's wrong.
Yeah, okay.
That's Bane. Makes it harder for them to hit.
Um,
Like if Oberon was making an attack and he gets saving throws, he gets an added
Mhm.
D4, but not to like AC. The D4 to AC.
3, 13 points of psychic damage as he is
Christ.
hit. He makes
always standing guard.
where's your paper?
Right here, biography.
You would
Probably.
you could take an
It's okay.
action you can take just your movement to get there.
Because it's This is the.
You would get
Okay.
downstairs in a movement.
Then I
Bonus
will.
action, yell at them on the way past and give them another perception check or something. Or does that
That's
take up
fine.
I'm
I'll
seeing what he
I'll
wants to
wake
do.
up.
Okay.
I'll rouse Riven. With my action.
Okay.
And
Riven is roused. You are not.
Yeah.
and I'll shout if I can to try to rouse the other one. If that doesn't work, that's fine.
Yeah, you may shout as you run down. So you make it down here.
Bonus action.
So this thing came out, attacked, ran away, and I'm trying to see where it went.
Mhm.
19.
So you saw him as he moved behind the pillar,
Mm-hmm.
but you did not. But then he is out of sight. You saw him phase into the pillar.
Okay, so I know roughly where he is. I just can't see him right now.
Yes.
I don't have line of sight.
Mm-hmm.
So many friendlies in the way.
For the sake of it, I will allow you to move through them without, except for these two, without.
Oh, I didn't want to move through them. I wanted to drop them.
I'm sorry.
It's
I don't want to say anything.
Okay, so you are mage armored, and that's your turn.
I would
Like an idiot, and there's a floating sword in the air.
Then it's the Shadow Demon's turn. It's going to appear. You watch Oust, and more as it. That's 1, 2. He's gonna then come through the wall. Okay. I need to roll. He's done this twice.
1, 2, and then this turn.
3 times. And he took damage before.
Illu.
I get up and if I dash, do I get
I never took it down. That's
Okay.
useless. We all would be stabbing things. We'll just turn around.
And around. Protect your leader.
Okay.
And my turn.
That if I can concentrate on the spell while invisible.
Yes. No, you can't because
You would.
invisibility is
Invisibility.
also concentration.
If I cast invisibility on somebody else, would I know if they can still concentrate on the spell?
They can concentrate on something. You're
And I'm going to move.
mini buffs people.
Yeah, this is exactly right.
Yeah,
We're concentrating.
I gotcha.
Wow.
Man,
It's a jump.
all right. So that.
see this strange looking shadow thing
All right.
and attack it with my sword. Radiant, one of them's slash.
Right. So let's just do this again
Oh,
because
that's
I know.
take the extra damage.
All right. Okay. So he takes half damage, but he has 1 HP. Attack roll. Oh, wait,
No, it's a
not.
save. It's a dex save, so there's no.
Nope. So he
Just doesn't make.
Alright, yeah, I'll just fireball.
do it. Please roll a 20 or a 1. Damn. Been so bad for you guys. So bad.
Did he have true sight or blind sight? Just out of curiosity.
I did consider blinding him, but I didn't see any eyes. It just got described as a smoky shadow. So
Well, I
figured
guess
that-
he has dark vision, so I guess he probably wouldn't. He would have not been able to see, but he would have been able to escape super easily.
Good. Well,
So he could be blinded then too.
Just curious if my invisibility did anything.
Mm,
If he had true sight or blind sight, it
I would
wouldn't
say
matter.
there-
Oh well, yes, he wouldn't have been.
It would have given him disadvantage on
He
attacks.
would have
right?
known he was there, but yes, disadvantage on attacks like invisibility.
We're not going to get spell slots back.
So my computer crashed. So we're taking a break.
Okay, cool.
Hopefully it'll come back on. Whoa.
Okay. Did I take a potty break or something?
Yep. I think that would be a good plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I only slept for